Hey everyone, it's Kevin here with Boardgamist.com, and I want to spend a bit of time today talking about Joe Dever's Lone Wolf. Now, I can see a game like this being kind of expensive for people if you really get into it. So I want to talk a little bit about it. I'll give you a couple of the pros, a couple of the cons as far as getting into this, and then you can decide whether this might be a game for you or maybe not. Who knows? The idea behind it, though, is that it's pretty much a graphic novel that's combined with choose your own adventure. It's really immersive, and what happens too is that the character you use, how you set it up, can affect a lot of things you can do. You can see there are 3 different difficulty levels. That's perfect. You can decide what you want to go with. And from here, though, you go in, you can make some decisions about how you're going to build your own character. When I first played the game, I wasn't really sure quite what I was doing. I just kind of made up a neat thing. But you can go ahead and you can choose different characteristics and just tap on that. And it goes through and it'll explain some of the different things you can do as well. And just whatever, I'm just going to grab a couple things and move forward. The idea being, though, that you're customizing your person. Maybe you want to have a sword versus an axe. Maybe you want to be more of a person who likes to run in and just charge things. Or maybe you want to step back and assess the situation. Those all factor in as you're going through and getting involved in the story. In the game, there's a lot of reading combined with flipping it over. So when we're reading, we're going to have the phone in the portrait mode, or the iPad, I guess if you have an iPad, and you're going to just read and read and read. As we progress through, it's going to have some options as far as what we can and can't do. So as we read through, we're going to come to certain points like this where we can make a decision. I'll tap on the little glowing icon, and it's going to say, what do you want to do? Here are your strengths. Here's some things you can do. There may be eventually some things you can't do. And then you got to make a decision whether you want to think about it or what you want to do. So I think that's pretty cool as well. So you tap on it, confirm, and then it tells you what's happened. So there's the choose your own adventure part when you're going in, you're making a decision, and then you have to live with the consequences once it's locked in. I wanted to show you how the battle unfolds. And it's sort of turn-based, but not always really, because there are certain things you can do as you're being attacked as well. You can try and defend and evade and all those good things as well. So you have to be ever present when you're dealing with all these fights. And once you're in a fight, you're in it till the end. So make sure you've got enough, healing or whatever else you need to make sure you survive. Otherwise, you're going to be in trouble if you get smoked during one of these fights. So we can use several things. And every time we have an action, we are using up certain things. So we'll throw some. Okay, thank you for telling me. Did I miss it? Look at that. Well, that was my fault. So I'm too busy talking, or maybe too busy paying attention to you guys instead of fighting this guy off. Anyway, I'll get my turn in another second. He's going to come and hit me again. Thank you very much. All right, let's get another shot. I'm going to hit him again with my axe. Very nice. I'm going to try those knives one more time. Let's do the multiple one. And there we go. Got them all. So I'm just tapping as it circles around. And I'm going to pull the sword off too. Do I have enough? I'm going to tap like crazy to get this thing going. Alrighty, here we go. Just tap, 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 tap until your time runs out, and it does big damage to him. There were a couple of things I thought this game could have improved upon, and I understand what they're trying to do, but it made it a little bit tough for me. One thing was the scripted text. I thought it made it a little bit hard to read. Now, I understand they're going for the ancient look, I guess, but I think it could have been clearer, especially on a phone. Just as you're trying to read quickly and get through the whole story, I think it's just a little too much as far as the scripting and whatever else like that. So that was maybe a downside for me. Something else I didn't like a whole lot was just there was a limited ability to buy and sell things. I would go in and the people who were there, I could buy maybe a couple of axes or a couple of swords, and it was okay. I don't think it was that amazing though. One of the things I did like though was the ability to craft things. And when you find materials, you can take those materials and it lets you upgrade your gear. So you can take what you're already wearing and then buff it, and then buff it again. And that way it's taking what you've been playing with all game, maybe, you're trying to specialize and make yourself into an even more specialized character. So I think that's a neat idea. I like that a lot. One thing that I thought was kind of weird is this thing is 1.3 gigs. It's a pretty big file, and that puts it right at the top of my list when I'm seeing what takes up space. Which means for sure if you have a 16 gig, even a 32, it's taking up quite a bit of real estate on your phone. So just up to you, but this will probably be something that you're going to download, play like crazy, and then you might need to get rid of it just to save some space after you've done playing it thoroughly. The last thing I'll touch on is the pricing. As I'm making this video, there are currently 2 acts out. I've played the first act, and of course now I have the chance to go ahead and either buy the second act for about $5, or you can get the second act and pre-order number 3 and 4 for about $12. Now for me, I found the game pretty immersive, so who knows, I might go and spring for it, but definitely it's a cool aspect as far as the choose your own adventure, the graphic novel. It's even got the built-in, the tapping and the swiping and all those good things when you're fighting the opponents as well. That's my take on Joe Dever's Lone Wolf.